Hey there! Today we are going to be working on a really easy, simple DIY centerpiece for your table. Since we are just off of Christmas, not quite into Valentine's Day yet, I really am still into kind of the winter mode. A little bit of rustic, a little bit of winter. So that's why I wanted to kind of create this easy project with you. But first, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda. If this is your first time here and you don't want to miss out on any further DIY craft videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell for future updates from my channel, Facic777's DIY by Design. Now let's get started. So most of the product I will be working with today, let me check here, I think except for 3 items, all came from Dollar Tree. So obviously the first thing that you're looking at here, this came from Walmart. These are whitewash palette planks. Love it because definitely already has a winter look to it. And I believe these run about $2.47 or $2.74. Under $3. So a few of the other things we're going to be working with. I've got these candles from Dollar Tree. I've got 3 of them. We're going to be working with some of these little wood blocks from Dollar Tree. Okay. We're going to be working with some of these beautiful pine cones, all dusted, wintry looking, again from Dollar Tree. I'm going to show you kind of all the Dollar Tree things first. We're going to work with some of these wood stems in the floral section, again from Dollar Tree. And we're going to be working with probably just one of these, but these came out at Christmas, the wood ornaments. These of course are the snowflake ones that you can paint for yourself, but we're going to use those. And then I found some of these that just recently came out at Dollar Tree, and I love these. And I love them because they have a lot of the wood elements, of course very organic looking, and the wood elements and things in them look whitewashed, so they're really great. So here's some of the, I bought like 4 or 5 packages out of them. They've got white, pull this out, these beautiful white stems in there, some cute little curly cues in there, and one of the packages I got even had some of these, and I think those are so cute. They look like little snowballs, right? So we're gonna go with that. Let's see. Oh, and I have one of these lights left over from Halloween, but they're LED lights. You can get like the little fairy lights or whatever, and they just light up white. So we're going to use a package of this. And I may or may not use some of these foam balls because, you know, they look like little snowballs. The Dollar Tree has them in a package of different various sizes. We'll just use a few if I use them. Let's see. I think I got everything that is from Dollar Tree. So not from Dollar Tree. I've got some of this really pretty kind of gray and white plaid ribbon. This came from Walmart, $2.48. And then this is just some very wintry looking greenery that I got from Joann's, and it also included on this greenery has these great kind of long skinny pine cones that have like a little snowy look to them. So that's going to kind of help give our rustic look. So let's now get started. Let me get off this white, or this label here. I didn't want to take the label off so I could show everything to you. And I'm even going to take this rope off because I don't need it. Okay, went ahead and took that off camera because it takes some time, and you know, you don't need to watch me taking rope off. I took it all off because I wanted it flat. The other thing I am using from Walmart is just some Waverly chalk paint in white, but of course Dollar Tree has, you know, white paints, different color paints you can buy now, so that works just fine. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring out these wooden blocks. I'm going to use 3 per side, so you're going to need a total of 12. All right, and what I'm going to do is just make some feet on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just hot glue gun, and we're going to glue 3 together, just like that. Perfect. And we're going to do that just 3 more times, so we'll have 4 sets of these. Okay, so I've got 4 sets of these all glued together nicely. Now what we're going to do is I want them to kind of match our whitewash board, right? So in comes the chalk paint. I've got a little foam brush, and of course you can get those at Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just not going to do full coverage on them. I'm just going to give them a little bit of that whitewash, like I said, just to kind of mimic what's going on with the board. And I'm just going to leave one side not painted because that's the side we'll go ahead and glue to the board. Okay, and that way it'll give us some legs. All right, there's one. Nice and easy. Not trying to be neat with it. Two. Okay, last one. All right, nice and easy. Add a little bit more on that one so that kind of mimics that board. You're not going to see them a whole lot. They're just kind of underneath because I know that this board has, you know, a little bit darker tone of wood underneath it, but this is going to work just fine. And then what you're going to do is the side, of course, that you didn't paint, or if you did, that's fine too. Just take either side, and I'm going to go in just maybe about a 1/2 inch from each corner, and I'm just going to glue that. Just going to use the hot glue that way, and not a whole lot, just a little strip down the center. That way, if you want to reuse this board for something else, these will be easy to just pop off. Strong enough to hold for what we need it for, but easy, you know, if you just get like a little craft knife or something underneath it, you can simply pop them off. I like to make things, you know, reusable if I can. I want to go out and buy new stuff every time I make something, right? Gets a little bit expensive. All right, so yep, just about, like I said, about a 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch in, whatever you decide. One more. That way it gets this up off the table a little bit too, so on this way so I can see it just a little bit better. There we go. Now normally, because I am a little obsessive about it, I probably would have painted these like a dark brown just so that it kind of is the same tone for this. But this looks perfectly fine. It's just going to be, like I said, and the reason I'm lifting it up, another reason, is because when I put these lights on from Dollar Tree, they always have that big battery case, right? So this way the battery case can simply slide up underneath and have the space to slide up underneath this piece, okay? So now, real simple. First thing, you can use as many candles as you want, but I'm going to just go ahead and use 3. I'm going to place them in the center. Come out just a little bit. There we go. In the center, I'm going to do kind of 2 in the background. And these are golden birch wood, and they don't smell half bad. I usually can't do a lot of smells, but I can stand these. So just a little bit, you know, 3 in the center, and we're just going to start making our little bit of tablescape. I'm actually going to start off with some of this dried items from Dollar Tree, from the dried flowers, and I'm just going to kind of in the center first. Got a little bit of room here, and I'm going to add some of the sticks from those dried arrangements. These are awesome. I can't believe that these were $1. I've seen these at Walmart, of course, longer, for about $10. And I'm just like, I'm not paying that much. I don't need it that bad. But for $1, I guess I need it, right? So I'm just kind of creating a little texture with these, which is what I like. So I'm just sort of in the center, back and forth, just to kind of give us a little bit like that. Okay, I'm going to come out a little bit more. All right, and then I'm going to come in with some of the greenery. All right, and I'm going to actually take off a little bit more. These are wired. Again, I got them from Joann's, but you know, you can get winter greenery from most anywhere around the holidays, of course. And I picked out the ones that kind of look the most snowy. And I'm just going to start to fill in the space a little bit. Okay. See how many I end up using here. When you're designing, it's always, you know, good to use things in odd numbers. So I will probably use 5 of these pieces. And once we kind of get it this where I want it, of course, I will show you from the front view. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do one more and create a little height, because we have the height from these. So I'm just going to kind of go through the center. I like things off kilter a little bit. And then we're going to come in with the pine cones, and I'm just going to start to find places. And the reason I'm showing this from the top portion for you is so that you can see how I'm placing it from the top view. But then, like I said, I'll show you from the front view how it looks. I'm going to start filling in the empty spaces on the board. Okay, so I'm just going to, real easy, see, it's just nice and easy to start placing things. And this is going to be my front. You can choose to have the 2 candles. You can put the 3 candles across, however you like it. So, and I'm going to place a little bit of kind of pine cone on top of that greenery. And I think I'm going to come back in over here on this side, so it can be viewed from both sides of the table. And then these these stick pieces from Dollar Tree, I chose the ones, I love these. You can, you know, use them for most anything, but what I like about them is they have different colors in there. So I chose the ones that were most like white in color, wintry, and this was actually a little half of a broken piece. That is perfect. So I'm just going to kind of come down here and place it in and around, and I'm actually going to kind of place one upright to kind of compensate for the height that I have here. So I'm just going to maybe come over here, place one upright like that, super cute, and then maybe one just kind of right in here. All right, and then these cute little pine cones we're going to use. Love these kind of wintry looking pine cones. Boy, my fingers look great there from painting, don't they? But first, you know what, I think I'm going to come in with these. These were all 5 in one package of those dried arrangements. I think I'm going to take off about half of that, and I'm just going to kind of poke them in around those sticks and around that greenery. Now, if you want, I'm not worried about it, but you could kind of paint these sticks a little bit white so they're not just so yellow wood looking. You know, they look a little more wintry. Like I said, I'm not real concerned about it because I'm going to kind of mostly poke them in the greenery anyway. And then, of course, you could save all these cute little sticks and, you know, use them for dimension in what you're making as well. It would be super cute, especially if you did paint them white. I think I'm going to do like 3 down this side and 2 over there. That one kind of gets lost in there, doesn't it? So I'm going to re-poke it in there. Poke this down in over here. Looking kind of super cute from the top, right? And these snowflakes, I love them. I actually bought them and made garland with them for my rustic garland when I sold them at my craft bazaar. I'm just going to kind of tuck this in the back for a little dimension. Super cute. Like I said, I'll show you from the front. I also have, I forgot about these, I have these little snowflakes that come from Dollar Tree. They look like this. And they had different ones, like these are just plain gray. Then they had ones that kind of had this real pretty kind of white glittery look on them. These are wooden snowflakes that came in sticker packs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take off that little sticker too, and I'm going to use these to kind of tuck in and around as well. probably just, you know, whole side down, that little hole there, don't want it seen. And I'll readjust here too when I go to the front view. Kind of just tucking in and around. Actually, I might go with that. Before I put on our cute little pine cones, I want to come in with our lights, okay? These are other lights that you can look for that don't come from, like, you know, Halloween or Christmas or whatever kind of everyday lights that Dollar Tree might have. These were kind of the same things. So, and I bought a couple of them during Halloween time. And they do say that they are white lights on there, because most of the time when you see these at Halloween, they're like orange or purple or something like that. So what I love about these, of course, is they are just so thin and wispy, which in this case is a good thing, thin and wispy, because they hide really well amongst the greenery. So I'm kind of get it untangled. I'm going to get some batteries in there. I'm going to do that off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've switched to a front view. I've got batteries in the little case, and what I did, you know, you've got this kind of piece of cord that doesn't really do anything. I'm just going to kind of wrap it around here, and I think I'm just going to add just a little bit of tape to kind of hold it in place. Okay, I've got a little piece of Scotch tape here, just hold it in place a little bit, and then of course, making sure that, you know, your little switch is to the outside, I'm just going to slide it in underneath our little ensemble right here so that I can access. Let me move this over just slightly, right up in here so I can access. And then you're just going to begin to kind of wind your lights through however you like them. As you put it in and through and around things, you know, things might tumble a little bit or move out of place. Just put them back into place. However you want it. I think what I'll do is I'm going to wrap them up and around underneath kind of some of this snowy greenery. What I love about these LED lights is the wire so that you can move them how you like them. Come around to this back side, up and underneath. Kind of maybe around those candles a little bit. Back through. I actually think I'm going to reconfigure this for a minute so it comes up around the front a little bit. Okay. Got those in there. And I'm going to stop here for just a minute. I'm a little bit on the perfect side, so I'm going to move my lights a little bit so they're a little bit more hidden. I'm going to do that off camera so you don't have to sit and watch me do that, but just spring your lights so they're a little bit more hidden and pretty in this. Okay, so I have my lights where I like them, mostly hidden. Alright, so now we're just going to add the few finishing touches. So I think I kind of still like this stick that came in that stuff from Dollar Tree. So I think I'm going to move this, kind of set it up a little bit on top. I want it a little more wintry, adding like another little stick in there. And then this stuff, which is kind of awesome, also in one of those dried flower arrangement kits, and I just love the texture that it shows. So, you know, I don't think it needs many. I'm just going to kind of put a few in here and then rearrange a little bit. Let's see, it seems like, yeah, I'm just going to maybe break a few or cut a few, so just so they're a little bit shorter, and you know, you can just kind of poke them in. There we go, just kind of poking them in so they're out and around the edges, looking really cool. Some kind of coming out over this way, looking really wintry. I kind of like that, nice and easy. Let me back up a little bit further. Okay, there we go. There, it's kind of cool how it's sticking out the edges a little bit. I'm going to do one more kind of sticking out right down in here. Just like that. So just a little bit of texture. You can see how that kind of looks. Of course, I'll have close-up photos for you. And I want to kind of put my little log back in there, adding a little bit more. And then the last little bit of things, the cute little tiny foam balls from Dollar Tree. And you know, like I said, they kind of look like snowballs to me. I just have 3. I don't want too many because I want this to look elegant and pretty, but still, you know, just have a little bit of whimsy to it. Maybe I'm going to tuck one right in over here. Super cute. And then we're going to add some of our pine cones. More pine cones, filling in some more of the open spaces that are on our little whitewashed piece of wood that we got from Walmart. Another one right in here. And what doesn't look wintry but a bunch of cute white pine cones. Dollar Tree kind of stepped it up this year, didn't they? Adding in all that cute rustic stuff, which is totally my favorite. Let's get a few last minute pieces right over here so we look nice and even. And then, you know, you could add some of these pine cones, of course, as a little bit of scatter, table scatter, you know, along the outside edges. And now let's get a bow, right? Nice and easy. I don't go really all out. I'm just going to sew the bow. Let's do it this way. See how I can explain this. I want a little bit of a long wing, probably about 10 inches there. And I'm going to drop that. So 10 inches, have the fold up in your long piece down. And then what you're going to do is just grab in the center, because this is not double-sided. You're going to twist and make a knot this, or a gather this way, and you're going to twist and gather this way, and twist and gather this way, just like that. So do you see how I'm doing it? Let's do it again. You've got your tail end here and your loop here. Because I want the design to remain on the outside, where I am pinching it in the middle, I'm going to twist and make a loop on that left side near the tail. And then I'm going to twist again where I'm pinching and make another loop. Okay, still holding it kind of one hand. Pinch again and make another loop. And let's see if I only want 2 loops on, I'm thinking 2 loops on each side, and then I'm going to come out just a little ways, and I'm going to cut that. Okay, and then I'm going to secure it in the middle. I'm going to get a little piece of wire. Right, so I've got just a little piece of wire. This is just plain wire from Dollar Tree again. And I'm just right where I was pinching and holding it. I'm going to bring that wire around that part and then twist it so it's nice and tight. And then I'm just going to kind of cut off that excess. Push it up against that middle. Okay, and then we have that little kind of wire ugly center. So what I do is I just cut another little piece of ribbon off, right? And let's cover that. You're just going to wrap it around. And actually, you know what? I don't think I want it as skinny. So I'm going to cut those wire ends off. And probably, normally, I would cut the wire ends off all of it to make it a little more rustic. Those of you been watching know how I liked my ribbons and bows kind of rustic looking. So wrap that around. We're just going to kind of hot glue it in the back a little bit. One. And then fold the other piece over. Hot glue a little bit. I don't need that much ribbon, so I'm going to cut that off. Here we go. Now we've covered up our wire. Cute, right? We are almost done. And now we're just going to kind of arrange our bow a little bit. Pull your little flanges out. Okay. And I'm not going to, I mean, you can, but I'm not going to really glue this to anything because, you know, then I can reuse the bow and reuse everything. Basically what I'm going to do is just kind of tuck it in right underneath, just like that, sitting on the table. You can tuck it in. If you want to do, which you know, I will actually go ahead and do, I'm just going to do like a dot of glue. I mean like a tiny dot. Just enough that I can kind of tuck it up underneath, but easy to pull off. Just like that, just a little dot. Hold it there for a minute. Okay, we're just going to kind of tuck that and arrange it just a little bit. But like I said, just a little tack of glue so you can pull it off and reuse, and you know, reuse the platform and make a whole new thing for like Valentine's or something. Still using the white candles, super cute. Probably not going to be real seeable, but I'm going to reach over here and turn on the little lights. So those are on, and I'm going to tuck it right back under. But how gorgeous would this be with still the white candles? You can still use the gray plaid, but now you're tucking in Valentine's stuff. Easily changeable over. Let me see if I turn off like an overhead light or two, if you can kind of, there, you can kind of see my lights shining through it now. Isn't that just gorgeous? So I hope you enjoyed this quick, easy, simple DIY, making a really pretty winter centerpiece for your table, easily adjustable to go into like Valentine's. And I had a thought for those of us who do like craft shows, wouldn't it be neat if you had like all of this stuff, you created it like we just did here, and then take some good photos, like maybe from the front and from, you know, the top, maybe from the other side, and then you include all of this stuff in a kit with those photos, and you sell it so that people can make their own winter tablescape or Christmas or whatever, you know, you're trying to go for. That would be a really cute idea to sell these for. And then I would definitely, to figure out the cost, I would go in, you know, figure out how much you spent on this. So I probably spent 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got everything mostly on clearance. I probably spent about $9 or $10 on this maybe. But you can't, you know, because of all the sticks and everything. I mean, I only use like 5 sticks from that whole bag, you know, little pine cones from that whole bag. So it might even be down to less, to about $7 or $8, but you could charge, you know, anywhere from $15 to $20 to have a little kit for them to make up. Would be a super cute idea. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please, like I said at the beginning, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, notification bell. I'll have all my links down below to Instagram, Pinterest. Come follow me on my blog. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.